Good morning. Right. Let's get the headphones on. Right. Whew. Hair's not quite right, is it? Gotta get the hair right. Let's get the chat up. So we do have a little bit of an agenda this week. 2 seconds. Oh, right. Good morning, Stelly. How you doing? Right. Get this mic sorted. See, all I do is I just wake up and I crash into the studio, literally. And now I want to tweak it. I'm wondering if that'll go like that. Alright. So I'll try and remember what I put down. Excellent. So I think this week's going to go with... Today we're going to have a look at a plugin actually, and I've put this top on to see if it matches the plugin, right, that I'm going to have a look at. But it just... so this guy called Alden... Well, Alden, he's got this great plugin called Vibe Rewind, and I thought that's, it sounds pretty good. It sounds very sort of chill wave, retro, synth wavy. It's a contact instrument, which I don't use many contact instruments, but I do have stuff that really are quite, when I do the go-dos. Like I have Groove Bass and I have Get Good Drums, Modern and Massive. Oh, and of course I have that thing with the vocals on. So, Cale Alden, that's what the guy's called. So I messaged him, and he's a really nice guy, and he sent me over a code to try it out. So we're just going to have a look, because I thought it'd be a pretty cool thing to have a look at for a nice chilled out Monday morning. Tuesday, different. We're going to not so chilled out, and we're going to be doing vocals, I think, by the looks of it. I'm hoping to start them a little bit today after the live. So for the new song, Sharon's vocals got recorded at the weekend, so we did a bit of a session on that. So I'll be going through, possibly, I would like to go through all of the process, but it'll either be a show and tell, or you might even just see me working from it on scratch. So basically the vocal process, tuning the vocals, which you have to do, and adding all the compression, EQ, and effects. So that'll be Tuesday, and then Thursday and Friday will be, I think Thursday I'm intending on doing the guitar solo, or at least start getting ideas down. And then Friday is the review, and that's the end of that track done, and then we can just put it to bed. But I think, apart from the vocal session, this track has only ever been worked on during live sessions. So apart from one session I did for about 30 minutes just to quickly splurge an idea. So I think like when I add the time up, because I talk a lot as well, it's only had about 3 hours on it. With the vocal session, 3, 4 hours, 5 hours. So pretty good going to get to this point in that time. But it just shows you the power of short but organised sessions. How you can quickly get a track to progress, and obviously I think like a lot of people have like way more time to sort of work on music than just 5 hours a week, I'd imagine like a lot of people have, like sort of me. Like I work on music all the time, but I'm absolutely torn between practicing guitar now and being like, keeping my fitness up on that, and writing the music, and doing the streaming, and doing this other band, and doing the McRocklin Hutch thing. So there's a lot kind of going on. So even when you're a full-time musician, time is, it's a rare and valuable thing, isn't it? And you need to make the most of it. So Wednesday, I'm also I would like to do another free coaching session, which I'll mention later on. So if there's anybody here not on my Discord, please go to the description on this video and join. There's an invite there for you. I might even, when I get around to it, post a link up here. But we'll be doing a little workshop, and it's one of my favourite ones that absolutely like blew the lid off what it is for me to experience what it was to be discovering. Okay, to really kind of have that point, pivotal point, where the penny dropped and it became clear. So the workshop we're doing is called Design versus Discovery, and it really is kind of an essential thing to get your head around, because really, even if you're not producing music and you're just playing and improvising guitar, well, if you're improvising a guitar and you're playing to music, all you can do is discover, because you don't know, you can't plan ahead because you don't know what's going to come at you. Everything's done in such a instinctive way, isn't it? It's like, you know, improvisation is it's the part of music making which is like language, isn't it? It's having a conversation, and we have to be in the moment. You know, we can't. There's only so much planning we can do. So to be in a discovery mindset just means that more options are open to you, and you become less designy, more open to experimentation, and therefore more likely to produce music that is unique and exciting, and even giving yourself a surprise, going, "Wow, did I do that?" And to me, that's when like all the best music happens, really. Whew, right, so Stelly, so it's quite busy on the Discord for you. Did you get your EXO sorted out? I had a look at it. I wasn't quite clear whether what I suggested helped you. I'm assuming it did. So, like for me, I have all the master effects switched off in EXO. We can have a look. I'll open mine up, and you can just check yours against mine. All right, so who else is here this morning? It's very lonely here. There's only me and Stelly here. I can see there's a few of you here. Do say hello. And also, I want to know who's going to come and keep me company on Wednesday doing design and discovery. I'm really pushing it. I'm going to drag people there. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think if you have the master channel on, it just mirrors what's kind of there. I can't remember, so you could technically use it like an overhead or something like that, where you kind of distort everything. I don't know, actually, I'm really interested. I might switch mine on and see what happens. Because the bit where you've got the sort of crunch and those effects, those master effects do, they sound quite good. So it might be worth a look at that. The other thing I got yesterday, which I'm really interested in, and just used for about 2 seconds and thought, hold on, this is really intuitive, is a synth called Phase Plant. And I was like, all right, this is good fun. So I'm learning a bit of phase planting. And again, that looks like a really cool synth. So I'm thinking it's more of an alternative to sort of Serum when I use that. But seemed easy to use for like building your own sounds, and sounded really good. So I'm going to dig into that. I don't know if anybody here has used Phase Plant at all. But it's just like a modular synth. Vital. No, I don't use Vital. Should I use Vital, Stelly? That's free, isn't it? Vital. If I remember rightly. But I've heard bits about it. I'll check it out. I have heard things. I think there's a couple of guys in my coaching group use it for like doing synthwave. Yeah. Cool. All right. So, everybody else must be just waking up, Stelly. Right, so let's have a look at... So I'm hoping this top matches the plugin. That's what I'm hoping. Right, now, is this camera... Let's have a look. There I am. Just check I'm lined up. I think the... Last minute tweaks. Right. I think I need to like straighten my camera up. Slightly wonky at the background, isn't it? Got a bit of an angle. Oh no, Stelly. No sleep at all and a flood. That's like all you need, isn't it? Is there much damage? Right, we'll go to the random channel. So in my template, what I usually have is I have a couple of areas which say random and interest, and basically this is where I just stick. This is where I'll put instruments that I allow myself to surf on a bit. To flick through presets to find things that potentially could give me a bit of inspiration. So we'll load up this. Oh, cold shower. I never have cold showers, mind. But they are very good for you. Right, we need to find contact. That's the first thing. And it has to be contact 7 as well. So that's just like one of the things that to update contact. And you have to do it manually when you get this, so you have to get it and then install it. And then it should be there. Right. So there it is, Vibe and Rewind by Cale Alden. Very nice, accommodating guy. Kindly gave me a license, and we're gonna open this up and check it out. Right. Well, my top nearly matches. You can tell I'm making an effort. In fact, my background, my top's quite close to this. I'm trying to sync up. We've got, you know, I could put a filter on my camera, couldn't I, and really get close to the aesthetics. All right, so lo-fi plugin, and the way this looks to me is we've got layer 1 and 2 and a noise level, and the first default thing very nice. So very lo-fi. These noise samples are nice. It's actually chilling me out. Okay, let's find some inspiration. Right. So I think what I'll go for is I'll just find some sort of ARP thing that we can use. PK. Oh, that's really nice. Right, let's stick something like that in. I'm just going to draw some notes in, hope for the best. Let's try. So what I'll do is I'll just, oops, sorry. You know what? I need to put this on. Alright. So this is what I was talking about. I'm still half asleep, you know. Trying to match my top with the aesthetics. So that's what it looks like. It looks really, really cool. So I've just got the arpeggiator on and let's try some bass. Honestly, all over the place this morning. Right, get rid of that. And I think I'll just copy the instrument through. Alright. Let's get some basses up. Straight away, inspiration. I think I need the click. Right, let's try. So I'm not going to need pitch drift for this. Now, when I briefly had a go on this, I really enjoyed these poly sounds. Something like that'll do. Well, I think we need some vaporwave drums, don't we? Let's make a kit from scratch. And right, get my startup template. So that's another thing, Stella, you might want to do is just make a startup template where you've got basically the whole thing's blank. Just in case you want to like make a whole kit. So select none, and then let's find vaporwave. Vaporwave 1, vaporwave 2. Right, those two will do. Don't want to overwhelm myself. I'm gonna go to the space. Kicks. Try that. That. Alright, yeah. It's very nice. Quite like that as like a little tiny snare thing, even though it's come up as a hi-hat. Sounds pretty good. I don't know, I think we've got enough there. We'll see how it sounds. All right, Stella. Yeah. So, I mean, to be fair, I've got to get myself a new drive when I get round to it. I keep putting it off, but yeah, it's in my basket on Amazon to get a Samsung T7. So I'm going to get a T7 drive and just as much. I think it's like 4 terabytes or something like that, and then I can dump everything onto there. I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, I don't know if you've heard anything about the new M3 Max, but I'm thinking about upgrading. But just somebody was mentioning to me, and I have heard bits of rumours that like the M3 chip's not that great for music production and that kind of stuff. And so I'm looking into upgrading mine. So I mean, at the minute I'm on an M1, and it's all right. But now I've been video editing and stuff like that. I need a little bit more oomph. The jump from M1 to M2 isn't going to give me any particular significant benefits, so I'm not going to do that. If M3 is a bit wobbly for music production, then like I'm probably going to have to wait for M4 really. So potentially I could be switching machines. Christmas is usually the time I do it because like I'm off and I've got plenty of time to problem solve everything. But I think this time round, what I might do is rather than just transform all my plugins, I might just do everything one by one and just use the things that I need because it's full, this machine of like stuff I don't use now. All right, don't upgrade machines. I don't upgrade machines that often. Keep them for these. Yeah, I mean, normally that's about what I do. So that kick's not doing anything for me. So, it sounds like something's not right. Yeah. Right. I need to lift these parts into the arrange. There we go. Excellent. Right. So I think what we need now is some sort of weird ambient background. So, and a lead. So let's get another one of these. Hey Stelly, it looks like it's just me and you here. Alright. On the wrong thing. Oh, changed that, didn't I? Right. Right, we'll stick another instance of it for my lead. God, right. Well, that's really nice. Right, we'll have another section for this. Okay, I'll just quickly shove something in. Of these notes, sure, I think. All caps, how you doing? Right, we'll do a bit of filtering, make an intro. Right, yeah, so, hi all caps. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to come over to this window so we can have a chat. Because this is important. Right, get my coffee. Right, okay. Can you listen to me and Random Streamer Made? Well, what I think would be interesting is, are you wanting me to give you feedback? That's the first thing. The second thing is, yeah, right, okay. So basically, like I work as a music coach, okay, and I run a couple of music coaching groups. And one of the problems that I actually come across is when people are asking for feedback, okay? And fundamentally, the best feedback we can get is from ourselves. That's the first thing. So having a system where we can review our music and our performance internally, that's the first thing. If you're unsure about whether you want to release a track or not, there's one fundamental question you've just got to answer, and that is, does this track, is this music, is this a good example of what it wants to be? So that's the main question. So if that piece of music, whatever genre it is this a good example of what that music wants to be? If you can answer that, then basically go ahead and release it. You don't need validation from me, okay? Because basically my opinions on what you're doing might not be right for the music that you're making. Also, the best way to get feedback is to actually just release your music, okay? And do your own feedback. When you listen to music that you've released, you listen to it in a whole totally different way. And at the end of the day, I think, there's this fear that when we release music that everybody's going to hate it and they're going to give us loads of trouble and all this kind of stuff, and it's not true. Or if we're unsure about the music that we've got or whether we dislike it, at the end of the day, when we release that music, it's just data. It's just like a diary entry of something that we've done, and we can use that as actually very valuable data for us to move on and make better music. So there's a couple of things here, all caps. I mean, can you come onto my YouTube channel and just subscribe to that? Because it'd be good to have you on there. Because I do regular sort of live sessions. I was in a music making mode. I wasn't going to get into coaching mode, but this could be important when people are asking for feedback. The other thing is if you do want feedback on your track, if you join my Discord, there's a link in the description. Join the Discord, and then I think there's a track feedback section on there. Yeah, so there's Discord, and it'd be great to have you on there. There isn't a link. I'll get you it. Let me have a look. This should do it. Boom. Try that. So hopefully that will work. So in terms of feedback, what we want to be doing is giving ourselves feedback on every session that we do. And the system that I do for this is simply to free write, okay, on when I do a session, after the session's finished, I always write about what went well in that session, okay? The next thing I do is I then write down all of the problems that I experienced in the session, okay? And then the third thing I do is work out the options. So for every problem that I encounter, basically what I do is I come up with a solution, and I always get really excited to get back to the track and actually work on it when I do that. But that's how, through that review, is how we actually improve as musicians, right? The way we improve as musicians is to address problems that we're having and come up with solutions, because it's the problems that are going to create new knowledge for us. So that review after every session is more of a review about our performance, okay? But then what we need to do is we need to do regular listening sessions on our music. So when we're listening to our music, all caps, what we have to do is we have to be able to listen, and this will sound really weird, is we have to listen to our music without judgment, which is very difficult because there are two things going on. There's our thoughts and feelings and emotion about what we've done, which is why you're asking sort of like for feedback, is because you're not sure, or you don't want to put something out, or you felt that maybe the track came together really quickly and therefore maybe it's not any good, or all these kinds of thoughts and feelings that you have. So it leads us to a state of confusion, because what we end up doing is mixing our internal thoughts and feelings with the actual emotion and feelings of the music. There are two separate things. And what we have to do is we have to remove us from the equation and be able to listen to what is coming out of the music. And I always say data because it sounds very scientific. So that music is data. That music is the thing that you've done in this collaboration that lives outside of your body, okay? And that's the thing everybody's going to hear. And fundamentally what you need to do is listen to that in a state that a listener would listen to it. And then you're able to then, having done that, you're able to assess whether that music's a good example of what it wants to be. So it's those internal thoughts and feelings that make us overcritical and actually do things to our music that doesn't actually need doing. This is what you find. Because it's very, very misleading. What we actually think in the moment when we're creating music often is very, very unreliable, but it can lead us to make decisions on that music that doesn't serve the purpose of the music. And that's another thing when you're giving yourself feedback is, I don't know if you can tell me, what is the purpose of your music? So what I mean by purpose is, what message are you trying to get across to the listener? What emotion? Or, what story are you trying to tell? Now, if the music serves that purpose and there aren't purpose problems, then it's a great bit of music and it's serving the purpose. So everything should serve the message and the purpose. That's very, very important. What we don't want to do is be focused on the function. So function is like if it's dance music, or if you're making music, like the worst one, which I did for years, to get signed to like a dance label. Okay, so like the function of music is to get signed to a dance label, and then what you do is you get into this thing where you listen to their artists, and then you try and work out where you fit, and then you try and make something in response to that. It's a very functional way of music, and it doesn't really start you on a good foundation to actually make something unique. Because the problem we have in this day and age is that there's a fire hydrant of music coming out all the time. It's being released, and there's so much professional crap music coming out, that sounds absolutely great and professional, but actually there's no purpose, there's no message, there's no meaning to it. It's just not very entertaining. It's just polished wallpaper music. And what we need to be doing to get above that is we need to be expressing ourselves as individuals, okay? We need to put across our unique character within that music. So that's another thing you have to think about and the way to do that is to not get bogged down by production techniques, tools, EQing, putting the right reverb on it, making all these millions of decisions. It's quite simple that you just focus in on what the story is and what's the meaning of your music, and you make sure that the actions that you take are somewhere in the ballpark of serving that purpose. So I know this is probably not what you were expecting, and you're probably just hoping me to like listen to your track and go, yeah, nice, but I think you should turn the hi-hat down, or, oh, that snare needs a bit EQ. None of that kind of stuff, right, is going to help you make better music, okay? What's going to help you make better music, and it's probably absolutely amazing what you're making anyway. What's going to help you make better music is focusing in on the purpose of the music. So I hope that gives you some ideas. Now, I mean, I run, the purpose of these morning sessions has always been like a couple of things, actually. The first thing is it's a bit of a laboratory for me to experiment in and a place for me to do my music. So I've just been trying out a new plugin, Vibe Rewind. You might have seen it on Instagram. So I got a code for that, so I was just eager to try it out. So I'm just splurging. Now, what a splurge is just a quick music making idea, which it's making music without judgment, just coming up with ideas. So I'm just like kind of doing a little kind of lo-fi thing today. Other times I'm making music for my band McRocklin Hutch. You can find us on Spotify. I think there's a link in the description, but McRocklin Hutch is my band, but then prior to that I was doing a lot of dance music. But if you're interested in joining a coaching group, do send me an email. The email's in the description, like everything is, but except the Discord link. But it'd be great if you can give me a follow on YouTube. That would be great. So there's a few things to think about. So, I mean, you don't have to say anything all caps, but all right, okay. So I'll just come. Right, you've subscribed. Brilliant. Right, I'll have a listen to it. And that's great that it's released. And thank you for subscribing. Brilliant. Now, I do like to have a chat now and then. Oh, you play the guitar? Cool. So, it's really strange, my journey with guitars, because like I started as a shred guitarist and I'm ending as one. And then in the middle I produced lots of pop music and then dance music, and then and then I was like, McRocklin Hutch, the first album was sort of me producing the music and playing keyboards, and then suddenly I went back to shredding. You know, shredder. That's all right. That's kind of the shredding's been with me all my life, you know. I started at a very early age-ish, 8. Van Halen being my first shred experience. Eruption. And then Ozzy. Yeah, I love, I do have a little bit of, I'm starting to get like a bit of a fusion neo-soul sort of thing going in my playing. But Sato's great, isn't he? Yeah. But technically he is a shredder as well. A really good one. So I wonder who else is here this morning, lurking about, watching. I wonder if there's any of my regulars sort of like, you know, do say hello. Yeah, so Asado was really cool. Righty. There we go. Now this is a rare sighting. It is Carl. Carl, are you on my Discord? No, lurking's good, but like sometimes it gets lonely. But Stelly and all caps have been keeping me company, which is very kind of them. But you're here now. There's 3. That's 4. It's a party. It is a party. So you've been doing, been singing, playing guitar. Hope you have. Good. That's what I want. It's a bit of a. Right. I'll tell you what it is. I'm just gonna try and sort my syncing problem here. See if I can do it in a little bit of playing. Let's see if back it up to 8. Right, let's try that. Probably even more out of sync, is it? All right. No, that's really bad. Let's go back. I think it needs to be on 0. Right, let's try that. There we go. Yeah, so live stuff, yeah. That's nice, isn't it? Now, Carl, are you on the Discord? Are you on my Discord? I can't remember if I've seen you on there. You are. Right, I don't need to send you the link then. Because I haven't got a robot that automatically does it for me, or I have to, I'm a one-man show when I'm on here. So yeah, so I can't, because I mean, obviously you've probably been watching the lives and stuff that I've been doing, because, not often do I see you, but I'll come over to here now. But we've got two places now, 2 rooms. So I'm sure you'll have seen this one. We're in the secret garden. That's what this is, the secret garden. And I've got this green backdrop now, and it's basically real plastic foliage. It's high quality. Trust me on that one. It comes out the wall about 4 inches. It's quite deep. And I've just got some like Elgato lights behind it as well to light it up. So that's been my upgrade. So just been working on. I've just been testing out a new plugin, Vibe Rewind. It's called. Hence me doing like a little chill wave thing. Hi Rabisco, I don't think I've seen you on here before. Oops. I'm all caps. I'll be here on YT instead, since Twitch is heavy on RAM. Yeah, I mean Twitch is great, and I was on there solely for a while. But no, I've moved back to YouTube. So like YouTube, sort of like the center of what I do really as an artist. But it's good to see you on here. Rabisco, if you want to join my Discord, you're welcome. There is an invite for you. It'd be lovely to see you on there. I just assume everybody makes music that comes onto this channel and looks at what I'm doing, and you're interested in this sort of stuff. So like just on here, you know, there's a lot of like music production and a lot of guitar shredding as well, if you're into that. Oh, you're all caps. Sorry, I'm with you. So it's early in the morning here in the UK. I've got it right. Rabisco. Oh, right. I thought, oh, great, another new person on here. My ego was getting big there. No, great. Smashing. Glad you're on here now. Alright, so what was I doing? Doing a little intro. Tell you what we do need. We need some sort of background thing in the background of this. Let's have a look. See what I've got. Ambience found sound. That could be good. Right, that can go in. Just shove that in. The noise. Right, and then the other thing I need is something that's a bit more. I've got a key to it. Pads. None of that. Oh, Kiwi in. Right, so in my template I have this filter so I can just kind of narrow down the bandwidth of sort of pads and things like that. And we need to loop a section of this. Just something like that might do. Hopefully it'll be in key. Okay, so that background helps things. Now, let's try getting a bit more interest on the go. just need to find something that's like 16th notes. That's good. All right. Duplicate this channel. We'll build some chords, I think. So we'll just do the usual, like, first inversions of stuff. Let's jump up an octave. Leave that there. Okay. Let's make this first one -7. See what happens if... Oh. Too much tension. So make this into G major 7. Quite like that. It's clashing with that note. Let's move this one up. Oh, lovely. -7 and go for a 9th. It's very synthwave, but an acquired taste. Hi, Steady. Let's just mess with some different sounds. Where's the pitch? Go up an octave. Oh, you were a plumber for a while, Stelly. That's interesting. Handy, given the current situation. That pad's great, isn't it? Oh. That's the idea. From a... I think guitar's going to go with it. Might as well have a jam on it. All right. Yes, Carl, I had to play a bit of guitar. I'm totally not really warmed up today. I'm not up for the job. So yeah, what I've done, I'm going through a weird transitional phase of upgrading my technique, and the whole thing's just kind of getting very confused at the minute. So I'm doing like a lot of arpeggios where I'm doing this kind of hybrid thing with like a mini sweep. But I think it sounds really quite clear. bit of a fusion technique. You see, like people like Tom Quayle and stuff like that doing it. I've got coffee stuck on my nail. Look at that. Looks terrible, doesn't it? But you can do all these crazy arpeggios with. No, I think I'm the one. Actually, some of these probably work quite well on the track. Try it. Yeah, so they're quite tricky to play these. So you got like one note on a string with the fourth finger. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Sounds great to you. Well, that's good. If it's good to you, Colin, it's good to me. It's good for me. So we're all right there. So I think I'm coming to an end of my stream. Anybody want to talk about anything before I go? So I'm like back to work, which involves playing a huge amount of acoustic guitar, so I've got a bit of strain in this hand. So I have to be careful. Yeah. So tomorrow, providing I get the prep done tonight, we're going. Well, it will be live regardless, but it looks like we're doing vocals tomorrow. I'm not singing. I've got some vocals. In fact, I'll just save this. Oh, I've done that thing where it kind of. Alright, there we go. Save. Alright, I've saved my splurge. Well, it'll be a surprise. So yes, we're doing vocals tomorrow. I've been recording vocals at the weekend on Saturday. Similar to transophobia. That's very interesting. Who's doing the vocals? My missus. Yeah, she's back singing, Carl. I mean, you might have been aware of this. I don't know. Have you heard what's happened? I mean, basically, to cut a long story short, she wanted to have all the stuff that we did back in the sort of late 90s, which was never released. She decided that it had to be put somewhere, it had to be archived, it had to be put up somewhere. So to try and kind of get it out the way, I said, oh, well, we'll put it up on SoundCloud. So I put like 30 odd tracks on SoundCloud. All right, so there's 30 odd. Freak Stars, the band. We nearly became mega famous, you know. In fact, I tell you what, Carl, like in my heyday, believe it or not, I turned down with this band the Levi 501 Twisted advert. I thought I was going to be that successful that I could actually knock something like that back. It's just insane when I think about it. But anyway, all that music is up on basically on SoundCloud, and you can hear it. But then there's been like loads of little videos and things just wanted to do. We've been doing this carpool thing where we're singing the car together and things, and it's just like, it's not at all like what McRocklin Hutch would do. I did a video where I was jumping about my living room in a teddy bear suit playing guitar. Being forced to do interviews on the couch with her, ridiculous. So there's been those interviews we've done. There's been loads of like little performances in here, jumping about just for like social media stuff. But it's very hard to break out that algorithm, isn't it? That's what she's finding. But we're working on it. But interesting thing about SoundCloud is that the reason it triggered this, yeah. So you probably heard Rebel and Blowout and things like that. The thing that triggered it was the initial spike that we got when we uploaded on SoundCloud, and I was like, all right, yeah, we could do this, because there's like 13,000 people that listened to the music in total. So, but anyway, it's like she's releasing stuff, and we've done, like, tomorrow is like a collaboration with, you're not going to believe this, Magnador. There's a band called Magnador, and they're a proper like black metal band from Finland, right? And the guy Tommy's really nice, the singer. So he'd been messaging us on SoundCloud, and then Sharon just arranged to have for us to do a collaboration. And I thought, oh my god, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to do black metal with what we've done? And she was just like, I don't care, just do it. I don't care what you do. It's going to have to sound like Freakstorm black metal, and you'll have to put it together. And if you don't do it, I'm not going to speak to you. So like, this is like different dynamic in this band, because the domestic is brought into it. So then I was like, basically, all right, okay, so if I don't do this, she'll probably leave me, so I'll have to better do it, right? So I'll keep the relationship going. Yeah. Probably. So anyway, I just got my head down, quickly banged the track out, and it sounds really good. And then we've put his vocals on, which are like very sort of black metal, and Sharon's things on there as well. And it's another, I don't know where these are coming from, but it's another sort of anti-drug song. It was going to be called The Final Come Down. But it's actually called Sad Trip. I think Sad Trip. There's black metal vocals in it. Generally, the tracks, I would say it's like late 90s. There's a late 90s breakbeat influence in it. So, like, a lot of the Freakstar stuff was influenced by Junkie XL, Big Sounds of the Drags, and what was it, Teenage Kicks or something? Those two albums were big influences on me at the time, and those influences are sort of like, they're there. So again, like in this music, it's got the Junkie XL sort of thing going, breakbeat. But it's good. I'm like pleased with it. It's it'll be nice. So it's one of 4 songs, like new songs planned to be released. So, but we've got old songs. We're releasing, so I think there's 3 or 4 songs that are planned for release that have like little videos and things like that. So there's like, I can't remember what they are now, but Bulletproof's one of them. That'll probably be the first one. Yeah, Junkie XL. I kind of like, after Big Sounds of the Drags, I was like, I wasn't as keen. I think it's because I like the vocalist, Rude Boy. But yeah, so we'll be doing a bit of the vocals. Gonna be good. In fact, I might have. I mean, it's tempting to play like just a little bit of it. No, I'm not gonna. Future in Computer Hell Part 2. Alright. Yes, that's a bit later on, isn't it? I think that's just after Big Sounds of the Drags. But a really good producer. I love his stuff. Alright then. So I think that's enough from me, because I'm starting to go a bit stale now. And starting to daydream and what have you. But great to see everybody on here. And but it's electronic, yeah. And basically, we're on tomorrow. Should be doing some vocals, and all is good. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. All right then. Bye, everybody.